Demonstrative pronomen these. Just like we did in the previous chapter, welch changes to welcher, welchen, etc. Similarly, these also changes to dieser, dieser, etc. depending on the article of the noun. Here are a few examples. Ich finde dieses Kleid sehr schön. You could also say, ich finde das Kleid sehr schön, but we are using here dieses because we are talking about a particular dress and maybe also pointing at it. And here's the next example. Was machst du mit diesem Geld? Und hier ist noch ein Beispiel. Dieser Schauspieler ist sehr berühmt. Now let's first look at the masculine article. Maskulin. And here's a sentence for nominative case. Was kostet dieser Pullover? The masculine article im Nominativ is der. Similarly, the demonstrative article is dieser. These gets the ending er from der. Now let's look at an example in the accusative case. Wie finden Sie diesen Pullover? Sie ist der Nominativsubjekt. Pullover ist der Akkusativobjekt. Just like the definite article that takes the ending en for accusative, even these takes the ending en when it's used as an accusative object. Now here's an example in dative. Was passt zu diesem Pullover? Since zu is a dative preposition, hence diesem Pullover is a prepositional object with a dative preposition. The definite article in dative for masculine is dem. Similarly, the demonstrative article for masculine in dative is diesem. Both of them have the same ending em. Now let's move on to the feminine article. Do remember that in nominative and in accusative, the feminine article remains die. And here's an example im Nominativ. Diese Bluse ist wunderschön. In this case, diese gets the ending i from the feminine article die im Nominativ. And since the article doesn't change in accusative, here we'll use the same. Wie findest du diese Bluse? Du is the Nominativsubjekt and diese Bluse is the accusative object. The next example is again with a dative preposition, zu. Was passt zu dieser Bluse? Now if you remember, in the dative case, the feminine article die changes to der. The ending er is also used by the demonstrative article dieser. So the demonstrative article for feminine in dative is dieser. Now we can move on to the next article, Neutrum. Here also you should remember that im Nominativ und im Akkusativ the article does not change. The dative article is same as the masculine article. Let's look at examples for the demonstrative article. And here's the first example for the nominative case. Dieses Auto gefällt mir. In this case, dieses gets the ending es instead of as from the neutral article das. Even in the accusative case, we use the same demonstrative article. Wie findest du dieses Auto? Du is the Nominativsubjekt and dieses Auto is the accusative object. Since the definite article remains the same in the case of nominative and accusative for neutrum, even the demonstrative article remains the same. For both the cases, nominative and accusative, we use dieses. The next example is with the dative preposition, mit. If you want to revise dative prepositions, you can watch our video on the same. The link can be found below in the description. Coming back to the example, willst du mit diesem Auto fahren? Since mit is a dative preposition, we need a dative article. Das Auto changes to dem Auto with the definite article. Similarly, the demonstrative article will be diesem. The ending em comes from the dative article dem. For the masculine article and the neutrum article in dative, we use the same demonstrative article, diesem. Now let's look at the plural article. The plural article and the feminine article is the same, im Nominativ and also in Akkusativ. Let's look at the first example. Was kosten diese Schuhe? The demonstrative article diese gets the ending e from the plural article die im Nominativ. The same applies to the accusative article. Kaufst du diese Schuhe? Du is here the nominative subject. Diese Schuhe is the accusative object and gets the ending e from the plural article in accusative, die. Now we move to the dative article. Do remember, in plural, the article die changes to den in dative. Not only that, the noun in plural will get the ending n or en. In diesen Schuhen siehst du elegant aus. In this case, in takes the dative article. Just like die changes to den in plural, even diese changes to diesen. The ending en comes from the plural dative article den. As you can also see, the plural Schuhe changes to Schuhen in dative. Another example could be, mit diesen Kindern spiele ich gern. Here is an overview to all the demonstrative articles. As you can see, they are not very different from the normal definite articles or from indefinite articles. If you remember the articles for all these cases, then these are not difficult to remember. The masculine article im Nominativ ist dieser, in Akkusativ diesen und im Dativ diesem. The feminine article for Nominativ and Akkusativ is the same, dieser. Im Dativ, it's dieser. The demonstrative article for Neutrum im Nominativ and Akkusativ is the same, dieses. In Dativ, it's diesem, the same as the masculine article. For plural, the article im Nominativ and Akkusativ is the same, that is, diese, just like the feminine article. In dative, diese changes to diesen, and do remember, even the noun will take either the ending en or just the n.